no event, y'all.
Live in studio, man. I told you this week it was ringing off, and today is no exception, man. Today is a Wednesday. Normally we do Woman Crush Wednesdays, but we just got somebody that all the women can have a crush on today, man. It's my guy, Nick Grant. I don't feel like that, Nick, but that's what I heard.
Put a pause on that, baby. Put a pause on that.
Yo, don't judge me. I'm manly enough in my manhood. Shit, you know what I mean? Strapping young man that Nick Grant is. No, Nick Grant is here. Damn, Nick, you've been on the show more than me at this point, man. This is the Torae and Nick Grant show from now on. But now we got a new project out there, man. 88.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it, man.
Oh, man, that was the year I was born. So,
okay.
It's like in correlation with, when I was growing up, they said 88 was like a dope hip-hop year. So kind of tied it together. And I didn't want people to go in thinking that I was going to make music, and it was inspired by like the time of 88, but I didn't want people to go in thinking they was gonna hear me rhyming.
In 1988, you was drooling and shitting on yourself.
Absolutely. So I had to go back and do the research, but I didn't want people to go in thinking like it's gonna be beats from the 80s and rhyming over that stuff, but kind of like restoring the feeling and giving people the same feeling that I had, coming up listening to hip hop.
No doubt. Yeah. So coming up, being born in 88, I'm not Kyrie the one. You still young.
Right.
Talk to me about just going back and doing your research, because I think that's something that's missing from a lot of the newer artists. They just get into where they get in at, and they don't go back and they don't do the knowledge. Not that you got to do a whole history lesson on it, but the saying is you don't know where you're going until you know where you come from. So
Absolutely.
I think it's important that artists go back and at least be aware of some of the pioneers and some of the people who laid the groundwork.
You have to be. I say it all the time. There's no there's no Michael Jordan without Dr. J. There's no, so on and so forth. Like, there's no Kobe Bryant without Michael Jordan. So I think doing your research and paying attention to what to do and what not to do, what worked and what didn't work. I'm sorry. Just doing that, man, it creates longevity, and it creates a different type of hunger and passion, and it makes you a better artist.
So what was popping in that era, man? Talk to me. I don't remember either, but tell me some of the joints that you went back and studied, and maybe some of the greats.
Big Daddy Kane, No Half Stepping. Rakim, Microphone Fiend. Nas was like one of the things that really influenced me. The World Is Yours. Like, we was talking about that. People were didn't believe that I grew up on that stuff. Like one of my older guys, and he was like, yo, I want to hear the first verse from that. You ain't grow up on that. So, when I rapped the first verse, he was like, yeah, that was real.
Okay.
I love that song.
Man, that's amazing.
I think it's a perfect rap record.
Yeah.
I think it's
absolutely
100%. It's a few records that I feel like are just over beats, rhyme, delivery, flow, cadence, feeling, move, everything is and The World Is Yours is one of those records.
Exactly.
And that remix.
That remix was sick.
That was P-Rock, right?
Or was it Large Pro?
Was it
Large Professor?
Yeah.
P-Rock was the original.
Okay, P-Rock, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It was
oh, shit. Okay.
This guy know what he doing, man.
Yo,
Listen, he got the right camp around him. You know what I'm saying? He surrounded himself with good, knowledgeable people. Absolutely. You know the number up here, 877-60 Hip Hop. If you want to holler at Nick Grant, we definitely going to get some more into this 88 project. We definitely want to hear from y'all. We're going to get some verses out of Nick, too, man. This is Hip Hop Nation. You know how we do. We come back. We're going to talk about this allegiance and alliance that he's with now and where they going to take it. So you get your answers ready. I'm going to get these questions ready, and still you got the music popping.
Well, Vent, y'all stay in tune.
Live on Hip Hop Nation, your tour guide Torae, bringing you straight hip hop hits, period. Shout out to my guy Still on the mix, holding the music down.
Thank you, brother.
What up?
Where you get that D-Block version in California from? Crazy.
Surfing the net.
This gotta be out here, man. This gotta be out here in these streets, man. And Nick Grant is here as well. That 88 project is out there right now. Go to thatpiff.com, get you one.
Man, soundclick.com as well.
SoundClick?
Nick Grant Music. SoundCloud,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. SoundCloud,
okay.
yeah.
SoundCloud and That Piff.
Yeah.
Now, why for a young artist, a brand new artist, I think watching what's going on with the music, and it's a young man's game, it's a young man's sport.
Right.
And the music is more catered to the youth, and I think that a lot of the music is, for lack of a better term, dumbed down. Right. Why you go the lyrical route? Why you research guys like Rakim and Nas, like you alluded to?
I think it's just the love for the music, man, and the love for how it makes me feel, and just growing up around older people, just how I feel, man. I just love doing this stuff.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, who'd you grow up around?
Oh man, like my grandmother raised me, so I would be with her all the time and just get like life advice. My grandfather, I would go to his house on the weekend and get the same thing, from a male's point of view. I had an older brother who's like 12 years older than me, so he would play this stuff.
Okay.
Just
so that's the plug right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big bro is the plug.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of put me onto it, like the, Nas, Pac, all of those guys. But for myself, I had to go back and do that research.
Sure, indeed.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you taking the longer road per se?
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's definitely harder to get people to listen to what I'm doing. But I mean, I feel like when it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen.
Sure, indeed.
You know, and right now I'm just living in the moment. So I never look for when it is. It's just. It's already happening for me.
Absolutely. I was going to ask what that it is because you surrounded, like I said, with great people. Shout out to Amir and Jason and everybody in your team side. So you got a strong foundation. You got legendary people that believe in you, people that have already done and established their footing in this business.
Right.
So I think to have that, it speaks volumes in itself. But what is the end goal? Is it a major deal? Is it to do it independently? Is it to, you know what I mean, just continue to put joints out and build up a fan base? Like what?
Absolutely, that all of those things. And I think for me, it's just being independent long enough until you
can get that right check.
Get that right check. Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. So I mean, I think that's what it is for me. You know, I just follow this guy's leadership. It's like a strong leader. So, and he's always honest with me. You know, never put me through nothing I don't want to go through. So, I respect that, and I respect him as a man, not just as a businessman, for real.
Talk to me about the music then. If that you value his opinion so much, has there ever been a time where he was like, nah, that ain't it, or do it over, or had to trash a record?
For me, I just go hard every verse. Verse-wise, he's always say I'm good. Every verse that I write, 100% of the time I'm going to use it. Yeah, absolutely. But it might not be the right beat, or it just might not feel like nothing else that he loves, so he might give his opinion on it. And if I feel like it's true, it's like, all right, cool. I got to go back in and redo it or do something new.
See, I get to a point where y'all, you know what I'm saying? Well, you feel strongly about it, and you like, this is how I feel, and this is what I want to go with.
We're always pretty much on the same page. So if I don't like something, he'll point it right out.
Okay.
So yeah. It's always, we have a great relationship there.
That's good.
Music wise.
Yeah. And that energy and that synergy,
that's
man.
Very
that's
important.
Yeah,
man.
super important, man.
Yeah,
Definitely. Listen, man, Nick Grant is here. We want to holler at y'all. 877-60 Hip Hop is the number. At Hip Hop Nation on that Twitter and that gram. Like I said, 88 is out there right now. Let's get into something, man. Talk me into something.
Oh man, Class Act. It's a dope record. More fun. I just wanted to have fun with the bars for real.
Were you Blade Brown?
Nah. Just wanted to have fun with the record, man. Kind of party. Young Dro is on the record.
Okay, shout out to the homie Dro.
Shout out Young Dro, man. It's dope.
No doubt. We getting into it, man. Class Act right here off that 88, only on Hip Hop Nation. Nick Grant. Still, let's get it.
Let's go.
It's a live in-studio event, y'all.
Woo. We was in here turning up a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Make me sweat out my good fitted hat. Shout out to the whole ASAP mob. Shout out to Uptown Harlem. What's good? What's poppin'?
What up?
Rest in peace to Yams, of course, man. We got Still on the mix. We got Nick Grant in the building.
What's up, man?
I'm just Torae, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Man.
Nick Grant is rocking dope joints, man. Yeah, dope joints so far. So far, so good, man.
Thank you, man.
So far, so good. Definitely rocking out. You know what I wanted to ask? What is the end goal? I don't want to say end goal because that's like the end. But what are you looking to do in the music? What are you looking to accomplish? Like, what does the new artist aspire for? I guess is what I'm asking.
I mean, for me, like the money and everything is cool. You know, we all do it for money. I'd be silly to sit here and say it ain't about the money, but
I can tell by your boot you about that money.
Yeah. Thank you, man. But for one, it's just to be respected and go up there with the conversations of the Jay-Z's, or I want to be bigger than Jay-Z. I want to be bigger than Nas, you know. Even if I don't make it to that level, just to aspire to be that great.
Absolutely.
You know, I can't do it if I'm not doing it or thinking like that. I can't do it at all.
That's true.
But you know, another thing for me is if I could change somebody's life, or somebody walk up to me and say, your music changed my life, man, even if it's just one person, you know, that's enough for me.
True indeed. True indeed. What's the response been like from the fans so far?
Man, it's been great. It's been amazing. Like, to see people, to take your thoughts and put them on paper or record or whatever, and people say, yo, this is dope, and it came from my mind, but this person can relate to it. You know, that's priceless.
Yeah, there's no better feeling that. Have you had any interaction with anybody, you know what I'm saying, that you've seen, or somebody who's been like, yo, XYZ, and I was going through this and this and that, or has it all been just like via online and social media, stuff like
Mostly online. I might have people say like, yo, this is like one of the top 5 mixtapes ever, and it just came out yesterday.
How do you feel about that, though? Do you feel like people need a chance to really sit with the music and digest it?
I do. Like, that's cool, and I really appreciate that.
But
I want you to sit with this for a minute. You know, I don't want you to. It's a classic. Then next week you on to something else.
Right. On to the new classic.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. So I kind of want to slow the consumer down, and I feel like our strategy, that's really what we've been doing. It's kind of putting music out and let people live with it for a minute.
Absolutely. And then what is your response like with the ladies? I mean, obviously the girls is on you.
Oh, they love it. They love it. They love it.
And he's so humble, ladies and gentlemen.
They love it, you know. It's just a beautiful thing, man. I'm blessed. Yeah.
No doubt. Anything for the ladies on the new project?
Oh, absolutely. It's a joint called Contradictions.
Yeah, Talk to me about it. Is that what we're getting into?
Nah, we could.
What you had still? What you had lined up?
I got Just In Case lined up, but you know.
I was trying to set that up, but you just went off.
Just in case.
Yeah, you just went off.
Okay. No, that's all good. It's all good. I was wondering how we was doing it. But yeah, Just In Case is a record that features a New York native, Stacey Barth, a dope writer.
Okay, yeah, she's
I collaborated with her. She was cool, man. Like, just came in and did the record like with no problems, and very humble person. Just In Case is simply about, you know, when you down and you on the come up, nobody really believing in you. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to put that out there on record, because really I heard a record like that, but not really detailed.
Gotcha.
So I kind of wanted to do it myself. So you would
put your details on it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely. That's what we're looking for, man. Nick Grant is here. This is Hip Hop Nation, at Hip Hop Nation on that Twitter and that Instagram. Make sure you following us. Still at DJ Still TV. Of course, at Nick Grant is at Nick Grant Music, right?
At Nick Grant Music, everything, all social media.
Definitely make sure you follow. Make sure you holler. We in here. We turned up. Let's get back to the music. Live in studio. It is Hip Hop Nation. Your tour guide, Torae. We got Nick Grant in building. Got my guy Still on the mix. You know what, Still, I want to take time out. I did it a little early in the show, but definitely just want to take time out to say rest in peace to Big Cat.
Crazy news.
Yeah, that's definitely sad, man. Running around these New York City streets, you know what I mean, in them early 2000s, in them clubs, you definitely saw a Cap out there.
That was a homie, man.
Having the parties on tilt, and always a good dude, man. I actually got a chance to do an interview with him in my very early stages in the beginnings of Hip Hop Nation. So I just wanted to, say rest in peace and send out some condolences and love to his family, not only from myself, but the whole Hip Hop Nation and the whole community of hip hop.
And myself as well, man. I spent a lot of parties with Cap. I knew him. He was the homie, man. You know what I'm saying? That's sad news.
True indeed. Now, on a better note, on a lighter note, we got Nick Grant here.
Yeah.
Grant, man. So you spend a lot of time in New York now.
Yeah, I do.
You be out here a lot, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to travel, maybe tour, perform at?
Oh man, New York.
Yeah. You can just use safe answer. You said what they downstairs? Nah, New York.
Yeah. No, I just feel like they used to tell me like they harder to please. You know what I mean? So I feel like the challenge is beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely sharpen swords out here. Yeah, what I mean?
So I think New York.
True indeed. So are you? What else you planning after the mixtape?
Oh man, the album. I'm actually working on that right now.
How do you go into the mindset of putting together the album?
Oh man, just always thinking you got to be sharper. You got to say the wittiest things, most clever things every time. Every line requires excellence. So I have to think like that to prepare the album.
My big homie said, "Don't take no bars off."
Absolutely.
Same thing. Don't take no bars off, because as soon as somebody starts slipping, you lose them.
Absolutely.
So keep them in.
Yeah.
Keep them right
That's
there
important.
on it. True indeed. What are we different album wise than doing the mixtape?
More music, better production. I think that's the difference between 88 and what I'm working on right now. Even though that dropped yesterday, and a lot went into that. I felt very comfortable with that. But I think what I learned is more instruments, making it very musical. You
said something interesting too off air about some of the beats on the project. You said 90% was produced by your people.
Yeah, my in-house producer Dominic Gordon.
And then you said you got some offline.
Yeah, some offline. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a whole new. Like my cousin, she's a singer, and she sends me records all the time. What do you think about it? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, who produced it? She's like, yo, I got it offline.
Right.
That's so nuts to me, man.
Word.
That's a whole different new animal right there.
Yeah.
Getting joints
my
offline.
people say that all the time, but
that's a little crazy.
How it is now.
No doubt. Now you said you was writing something on the way up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what we're gonna do still. Let's get into something off the tape. Let's do one more joint off the tape.
We're gonna get into the fire.
We come back. We're gonna have some live in studio spittage from Nick Grant. 'Cause you know when the lyricists come up here, we gotta make that happen.
Listen, bro, I got the instrumentals lined up already, man. You know what it is.
We might go Acapulco tonight, man. I don't know.
Acapulco?
Yeah,
Grant said he might want to go.
I want him to hit me.
Acapulco?
I want him to hit me. I got some new shit.
He said he gonna take off this nice sweater and go to Acapulco with.
Okay, all right.
So let's get into one more joint. 87760 Hip Hop is the number. Then we're gonna come back with some verses from the boy Nick Grant. It's Hip Hop Nation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, I'm from the bottom.